Jamie is wild. He sets the tone on set for sure. Comes in playing music on this big boombox that he dragging in. I really studied how he knows how to navigate the day, and whatever scenes that we have, it's like he knows how to pick the music to navigate us into that. And I paid attention to that. I was like, that's very smart, because music is a gateway as well. It can usher your emotions into different feelings. And so my vision for myself, I kind of always just seen myself being a light to the world in some way. And I think my art allows me to do that without me having to have a conversation with people. But then through my art, I can have conversations with people, and then I can be able to share my light even more.
Navigating the world of music and film is no easy feat, but today's guest makes it look so effortless. On this episode of NAACP Inside the Industry, we sit down with the recording artist and actor Algee Smith to explore how he's built a career across both industries. You've seen him in standout performances on HBO's Euphoria and BET's The New Edition story, to his latest EP, Love Lost. Algee shares what it takes to stay grounded while navigating the demands of the entertainment industry. I'm your host, Ariana Drummond. Welcome to NAACP Inside the Industry. All right, we got Mr. Algee Smith in the building. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling?
So I'm feeling good. Thank y'all for having me.
Nice. So, I mean, I've been watching your career for such a long time. And what strikes me most is that you never take the safe route. I mean, you have the New Edition story, The Hate That You Give, Judas and Messiah, Euphoria. Every single project that you've chosen thus far has just asked something real of you. Have you always been mindful of the projects that you choose?
I don't think yes, I've always been mindful of the projects that I choose. Yes, absolutely. I don't think I've gone into it with the idea of I want to set myself apart with these roles. I just chose roles that I felt like really spoke to me, and that I felt like when I read the script, I couldn't put it down, that I felt like the characters were speaking to me, calling me through the script. So just my instinct and my discernment navigating me through that has leading, and my team, I have a great team, has, helped
Shout out
me.
to the
Yeah,
team.
you know what I'm saying? Helped lead me to great decisions in the roles that I picked. But yeah, I think it's just, I think I just try to pick great things that speak to me.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to your point, you've chosen roles that are just rooted in truth and consciousness.
Yeah.
But who is Algee off the cameras? Like, who are you when the cameras aren't rolling?
Man, Algee is a loving dog dad off
Oh,
camera. Come on, I
what kind
got
of
a
dogs?
French
What kind of
French
dogs?
bulldog.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cute.
He's like
Two?
6 years
Oh,
old.
one?
That's one.
Okay.
Yeah. He's my guy. His name is Boss. So I'm a loving dog dad. I am a avid like journaler. I journal a lot. I
Nice.
am a meditator. I meditate. I work out. I like to read. I like to trade in the stock market.
Okay, look.
Yeah,
Get
come
that,
on,
that
come on.
side hustle. Okay, that
Yeah.
money.
I love playing pool. I'm a great pool player. Come on, somebody come see me if y'all want that smoke. Yeah, I love hiking. I'm just giving y'all good date options. If anybody want to do something for me, I'm just letting y'all know what I like right now.
I love
But
that.
yeah, no, I'm a spiritual person too. I love going to church. I love feeding my spirit.
Amen.
I'm a person that just tries to take it day by day and just get better as the day goes on and do better than I did yesterday, whatever that means to me.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So I would be remiss if I didn't give my condolences to you on your late co-star, James Beek. How was that experience working along, just not him, but the whole cast for the
Yeah,
kids?
thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, rest in peace to James. Man, rest in peace to James, and sending a lot of peace to his family.
Yeah.
That process of filming The Gates was a blessing, man. It was such a blessing. I got to work with my brother Keith Powers again. I got to work with Mason Gooden for the first time, but it just felt like we all known each other for so long. And then obviously working with James Beek, and just the level of professionalism, and just you can understand you can see the years that he's put in.
Yeah.
Just by what he does off the camera, not even when the camera's on. And it was just a great experience learning from him. Great experience being able to go. So he drove his RV down from Texas to Oklahoma instead of renting a hotel. He just slept in the RV.
That's dope.
It was dope because
That's
it was
humble.
like home to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he drove it to every base camp that we had. So if we were switching locations, he would drive it to the next location.
Are you serious?
So one day we all went in his trailer, and it was lunchtime, and he was just kind of just telling us some gems about life and the industry, and how he how he doesn't put his identity in this work anymore. You know, he had to struggle with that for a long time, but now he's just about his family and building. And that was just great to hear the human, hear the human outside of what we know as a big star, and to be able to experience that outside of the camera. So it was dope. Rest in peace of James, for
I
sure.
love that. That's beautifully said.
Thank you.
And for people who don't know, The Gates was a completely different, I feel like, film for you. A psychological thriller about 3 Black men navigating a white gated community. What ended up drawing you to that project originally?
I think again the script, right? The script, man. It all starts with a good script. People don't realize that the script has to be tight in order to speak to people. But to me, it started with the script. I read the script. And I'm like, yo, I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time that I'm reading it. I'm like, I can see I had been wanting to do a psychological thriller anyway.
Yeah.
I can see the action in it, but I can also see the representation of the Black community through Kevin, the character that I play.
Yeah.
One side of the Black community, and that's the dope thing about The Gates, is because it shows the perspective of 3 different Black people. Their perspective is all not the same.
Yeah.
And so I represent a certain perspective, and I think being able to see that from the outside and then being able to do that work inside for the character, it made me excited about that. And obviously, like I said, working with my guy Keith, that was a no-brainer. But I was excited to do a psychological thriller. That's what spoke to me about The Gates.
Did you know who was going to be on the project before you signed on?
I didn't. After I signed on, then they told me Keith, and I was like,
yes, that's my
I was
boy.
like, yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, but I think that film, man, it just has such a great message, showing the the duality of the Black experience, but also just the other side of being blamed for something that you did not do, and then that being something that everyone else around thinks, because that's what they've been conditioned to think. So it was good to have a message in the movie as well.
And we're going to get into that a little later, but specifically with this film, to your point, it pointed out a lot of questions about race, class, and belonging in America, especially right now, just with everything happening politically. Do you think the timing of the release changed how you thought about what the film was saying?
I don't think the timing of the release changed how I thought about it. I think the film is speaking on something that has been present for a long time. So I think the timing is right on time, even if not, even behind a little bit. We've been going through this for a long time.
Preach.
Just these preconceived notions, of just because you Black, that means that, oh, he must have did it, or they must have did it. Man, and then having to deal with that on the police side as well. And, I'm even playing I'm jumping ahead right now, but I'm even playing a role right now in a TV show called American Blue, where I play a cop. And so having to...
Yeah, how was that experience?
That experience is so wild. It's so wild. And, in my heart, I've had to deal with myself, because I've played a Black Panther before, and now I'm playing a cop. And so those are complete different sides. And I have to kind of take Algee out of it and my mindset out of it to be able to serve the character for what it wants. But I can't deny the feelings that I feel of just knowing what we've been through as a people with police brutality and everything like that involves it. But as I see on the other side, there's police officers with great hearts as well. And so it's it's a journey for me. It's a journey for me. I'm enjoying it so far. Just having to go through a lot within my heart and within my mind. So
yeah. And I mean, you've had some, as I mentioned earlier, you just had some incredible standout roles. On top of that, you're NAACP Image nominated, so shout out to that. Okay.
Come on.
And in that same manner, you've also been building your music in a really intentional way. How do you decide where to focus your energy on?
I think I have to find balance for both things, because I really love both things. And so I think, even right now, I just got back into town from doing some music related things, and I just had 3 auditions to catch up on in the last 2 days. And so being that this is what I asked for, I just have to make time for both things. Sometimes I have to make time for more film things when that's pressing. Sometimes when I need to get a project done, or I had a show that I need to do, sometimes the film things have to wait. And that's just a call that I have to be able to make. You're not going to be able to do everything that you want. I realize that there may be a film that I really want to do, but there's a music engagement that I've already had. So it's like, Yeah, I gotta balance that. I think right now I'm doing a really good job, and I think it's gonna get tougher though. I think it's gonna get a lot tougher, and it's gonna be like, okay, bro, you either got this big movie or you got this big tour. Which one do you want to do?
Yeah.
And I'll have to make that decision. But
Well, hopefully it won't come too soon.
yeah, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna call you. Say which one you think I should do.
Come to me, baby. I got all the answers. Okay. But I know we were talking earlier about just some of the upcoming things that you have coming up. I know that you mentioned that you'll be playing a police officer, but also I heard something about 84 with Jamie Foxx. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I got a film coming out called Fight for 84. It's a Netflix project. It is a boxing movie, and it tells the story of the 1984 U.S. Olympic boxing team. They went to honor the 1982 Olympic boxing team who died on a plane crash on their way to go to the boxing Olympics. And so you had young Pernell Whitaker, young Evander Holyfield, young Mark Breland, in and out young Mike Tyson. All these guys that we know as huge legends here today, we're focusing on them in their young and amateur stages. And so it's a film of, just surrounding the story of triumph within that. It's a beautiful film, super beautiful story. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
And how was it working with Jamie?
Working with Jamie was crazy. I got a big brother for life now, for sure. I got a big bro for life now. Yo, Jamie is wild. Jamie is wild. He sets the tone on set for sure. Comes in playing music on this big boombox that he dragging in every day, playing gang gang, and you yelling out gang gang every day. Every day he's playing it.
That's insane.
Yeah, but he knows how to. I really study how he knows how to navigate the day and the scene. So he'll look at the scenes that we have in the day, and whatever scenes that we have, it's like he knows how to pick the music to navigate us into that. So if we got some sad scenes for the day, he might have his boombox come in playing gospel or playing some, emotional music. And I paid attention to that. I was like, that's very smart, because music is a gateway as well.
Yeah.
It can usher your emotions into different feelings. And so that's very smart of him to be able to guide us that way.
And I'm sure it was a jam session, because, him vocally is just
for
amazing.
sure
and
it was.
vocally
for sure,
is incredible. So
it
I'm
was,
like,
yeah,
look. So what was your, favorite song to sing on set? Or like,
favorite song to sing on set? Ooh, it was probably one of my songs. Jamie was always playing my music on set. That was dope about it. He'd be like, "What? Put your stuff in." He'd play my music, have it blasted throughout the whole set. So
That's
it was
dope.
probably my song Magic City.
I love that.
Yep.
That's beautiful. And really quick, going just back to the roles that you played. So I mentioned Detroit, The Hate You Give, Judas and the Black Messiah, and now Fight for 84. All of these films, I feel like, centered on not only Black people, but Black resistance, Black pain, Black success. And you've talked a lot about feeling a responsibility to the real families behind these stories. What does that responsibility feel like for you?
Oof. The responsibility is very heavy. It's very heavy. It's a very different thing to play a character that is not based on a real human being's actual life versus a character that, you can look at and still talk to, and it's just a moment in their life. It's a lot of weight, and it has to be taken a lot more seriously. But for me, I just try to make sure if the real life people are still alive, that I can talk to them, that I can ask them what they want to be said about themselves, what they don't want to be said about themselves, how they feel about this certain scene. If they don't like that, then I go back to the director. I'm like, yo, they didn't, can we fix this? Because I want to make sure I'm representing them right.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more weight on the shoulders when you're doing that. But when you get it right, it's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling to see them smiling at the screen, seeing themselves. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And for them to walk up to you and say, man, you did a great job. That right there, I did it. I did it. And I've had the blessing, I had the honor of hearing that from Ralph, from Larry Reed, who I played in Detroit, from Jake Winter's family, who I played in Judas and the Black Messiah, because Jake Winters isn't alive anymore, but from his family, I heard that. So that's my biggest compliment, is to hearing that from the families and the loved ones.
And I definitely want to get into the music piece a little later, but I want to pivot to your background for a second. So I know that you grew up in Michigan. You moved to Atlanta at 8, first rap song at 9, and then you had your acting debut at 17. You basically grew up in this industry. What was the experience like? What made you really pursue a path in entertainment?
Yeah, so my dad is an all-around musician. And my dad, I grew up watching him play every instrument, grew up watching them sing. Also, I've heard stories of my mom saying when I was like 1 years old, I was like 1 or 2 years old, I'm like beating on pots and pans in the kitchen and all that
I
type of
love
stuff. So I
that.
think it was always just in me. But I think having my dad there to help me mold that in my craft and keeping me in the studio for them hours on hours at a time until I got it right and like, nah, this is what you want to do, so we're gonna stay in here.
Yeah.
Those lessons of discipline in my craft helped push me a long way with something that I loved, but something that I had to stick to because I said I love it.
Yeah.
So I think my dad helped inspire it a lot, and then I think my vision for myself, I kind of always just seen myself being a light to the world in some way, and I think my art allows me to do that without me having to have a conversation with people. But then through my art, I can have conversations with people, and then I can be able to share my light even more. So I think the inspiration for me now, more so than ever, is just to live very authentically within my life, and then have that spill over into my art. But I just want to be at the highest level of peace in my life that I can, and at the highest level of discipline in my life that I can. You know.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, clearly, as you mentioned, you got the creative piece from your dad, but
Yeah.
also the business side from your mom. What was
Yeah.
it like having the two of them? And then also, like, what did it teach you about the business at that age, too?
Yeah, so both my mom and my dad on the business side. But my mom is really good, really great with numbers. And so she was all about the accounting. She was all about the finances, making sure we putting this money over here, making sure we're not doing it with this. So I credit my mom a lot to that for going to get the information when we didn't know where to go get it from. And then being able to lead me to the right people to help sustain that.
I love that.
They did a really great job. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, to your point, like I hear a lot of people, and we'll get to the conversation later, but like a lot of people come in the industry with like they don't know anything about like the contract side, the money side, and it's important to have like a nice team that knows information. So
we didn't know really anything. My mom and my dad, they combed through them contracts. They sat down for hours and just read it and read it, and we would go through it when we didn't have lawyers. So I remember those days as well.
So I want to jump into the music piece. I mean, I want to talk a lot about your EP, but the process and challenges of making and releasing an EP as an independent artist.
Whew, the processes and challenges of making an EP as an independent artist. Getting the money for the music.
It's always the money.
It's always the money. It's the marketing dollars and it's all that. But I think you know what I think even further than that though, outside the money, it's getting what you want to say.
Yeah.
You know, starting with that, like what do I want to say? Why do I want to say it? Why is it important? And who wants to hear it?
Yeah.
And so I think for me with the project, specifically speaking to my EP Love Lost that I released, with that I went through a breakup, and I went through a breakup because of myself. You know, it was things that I did that caused that breakup. And so within that story of me going through those emotions and me having to sit with myself and deal with myself and work on myself and work through my problems, I'm like, I'm not the only one going through this. You know, there's a lot of people going through this. There's a lot of men going through this. There's a lot of women who don't know what men's thoughts are while they are going through this. And so I found my pocket. I'm like, this is why it's important for me to say this. This is who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And I think that was the start. I think that may be the toughest part, because you can release anything, but you know, I think you want to release something that connects.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then after that, you know, it's finding the money for the marketing. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Oh, I love that. So, I mean, talking about the EP, I was listening to the song Spiraling, and I feel like it gave me a little bit of hint of Brandy's The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah,
I don't know if that tracks or not, but I also heard, or a little birdie told me that there's a story behind that. So tell me.
Yeah. So you're definitely right about the sample. The Spiraling samples, The Boy Is Mine, great sample, amazing job. So that song, man, we went through a lot with that song. So shout out to my boy Cam, my boy Cam Glasper. He's a writer, amazing, phenomenal writer. We were working on a song in the studio one day, a song called Honest. And after we finished that song, he played Spiraling. And it was just the first verse, like really rough version of him singing the first verse and then the hook. And I'm like, bro, I need that song. And so he's like, yeah, bro. We had a conversation about it, but it was kind of like, let me check. He was like, let me check with the producers and make sure all is good. So after that, he checked it and all was good. So I recorded the record. It was time to put the record on the EP.
Yeah.
but I didn't have clearance for the record yet. So I
Mhm.
had to go through hoops of trying to find clearance, trying to get to Brandy's people, trying to get to Monica's people. Couldn't happen. Finding dead ends. I flew from Atlanta to Connecticut to go to a Brandy and Monica to go to a Monica show because I heard she was performing there.
That's crazy.
Yo, my boy was an MD on the show. He's like, yo, Monica's performing in Connecticut. You can try to come see her face to face, try to talk to her about the record.
Yeah.
Yo, I flew from Atlanta
I
to
heard
Connecticut.
That's dedication, baby.
Dedication. I was like, yo, I need the record on the EP. So I flew there. I talked to her manager, saw her, we spoke about it. And then after that, it was kind of still a dead end. And then I ended up getting in contact with Rodney Jerkins' people.
Mm.
There it is right there. My boy Cam threw the alley-oop again. He was like, yo, we just need to talk to Rodney. I'm going to give you his number. So I got Rodney's people's number. We reached out. Rodney was like, yo, I like the record. They cleared it. They cleared it for the love, too. So that was
Man,
really
that's
dope.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
it was really dope.
And to your
Yeah.
point, it just speaks to how much you like really wanted this. Like you
Yeah.
really wanted that song. So you were like,
Yeah,
look, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
was like, I need that record. I need that record. It's it's some things that you just know are really special.
Mm.
And I think that was one that was really special to me. It meant a lot. I could hear things that I was going through at the time when I recorded it inside the record and my passion in the record.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I need that one.
That's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that. So your YouTube channel describes your music as modern R&B and real storytelling, where the music, the process, and the journey all meet. What inspires you, and how would you describe your sound or identity as an artist right now?
What inspires me right now is just my actual real life.
Yeah.
That's what's my inspiration right now. And everything in it, all the ups, all the downs, all the confusion, all the disappointments, all the highs, everything, the whole thing about my life. That's my complete inspiration right now.
Yeah.
My identity as an artist, is flawed.
Mm.
It is growing. It is learning. It is self-improvement. It is
Yeah.
self-awareness.
Yeah.
It is sexy. It's confident. It is emotional. It is smooth.
Mm.
It is vulnerable.
Mm.
It is also very strong-willed. Yeah, that's my identity. All those things
I
summed
love
up. You can rate
that.
me. That's my identity as an artist.
No, that was an amazing description.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. So what do you think music is giving you right now that acting's not?
Oh. Oh man, this is a great question because I feel like I'm in such a blessed time right now to where both things are giving me so much.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy.
Hmm.
But I think music gives me a different piece that I
Yeah.
don't get from acting. I love acting. I love being able to bring characters to life. I love being able to take something on the page and make it make sense
Yeah.
just out of imaginary circumstances. But music, when I listen to my music back and I listen to the stories that I'm telling that are real to me, it just does something to my cells in my body.
Yeah.
It does something to my mind, and it just brings me a peace of mind to know that that's my form of therapy and journaling just over music.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it brings me so much peace, because even when I sit down and journal in the morning, that brings me peace. And so I think music is just a therapeutic thing for me. It's so wild though, because I just did an audition yesterday where I had to tap into some really personal things that I've been through in my life to make the character kind of come to life. And that was very therapeutic for me as well.
Mm.
And I'm in the audition like crying tears. I'm like, bro, like, this is heavy. So I was able to experience that therapy there as well. So I think both things are really giving me a lot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, giving me a lot.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
And then also just talking about the EP for a second. I mean, what does ownership mean to you right now? Just to be able to like have that's yours. What does that mean to you?
Ownership means everything to me right now.
Yeah.
Ownership means legacy to me.
Mm.
You know, it means my kids, kids. You know, it means equity. It means,
Okay.
you know, it means getting what you're worth and getting what you value. You know, me and my team put a lot into the art that we do, into the things that we do, and the work that we do. And so I think it's only right that we own our work.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to give it away anymore. We don't have to do that. We can control it on our own right now. We can create our own systems. And so I feel like ownership to me is the complete key. I'm not doing another deal where I don't have some form of ownership in it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Look, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So what do you think it takes to build a successful music career right now in this business today?
You know what? That's a question that I can't even fully answer for you
Yeah.
because I'm still kind of doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I think what I do think and what I can see that's happening right now is that it's creating your own community. And so it's kind of getting the people off of socials and getting them into your own world.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's pivotal right now, which, you know, thank you to my team because they're doing a great job of helping me build that infrastructure. But I think that's the key right now because you can go straight to the people that really love you and straight to the people that really support you. You don't
Yeah.
have to filter through all these people that just click follow on you one time and then forgot about it. No, these are people that actually love you, and when you
They're
get in there
rocking
and
with
say
you.
something, they rocking with you.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you get 1,000 of them that's super fans and y'all can take over the world low key, like, you know. So I think that's one of the biggest things right now is creating your own community and then doing in real life things that my team talks to me about, like doing in real life things that are off of social media because everyone is just entertaining right now. And so it's like if we can have an in real life experience
Yes,
with me
yeah.
and my supporters, that's gonna go the longest way. And obviously just keep making music, keep dropping music and keep evolving. But I think that those are the biggest things right now.
Yeah. So for anybody like following your footsteps right now, where do you think they should start, or what advice would you give somebody who wants to break into the music industry?
Mm, I would say for someone who wants to break into music, acting, entertainment industry, period, I would say know what you want.
Yeah.
Know what you want, you know, and know what you don't want.
Yeah.
And figure that out early so your decisions will be a lot clearer. You know, when you know what you want and what you don't want, it's like certain things are easy to say no to, certain things are easy to say yes to, and you save yourself a lot of time. So I would say that first, and then just study. Just study, bruh. Just study.
I heard that.
It's man, it's some of the most boring stuff to do, but when you love it, it's not. When I get to a certain point when I'm studying, whether I'm studying music or I'm studying film, there's a certain point I get where I'm just in flow states where I know I clicked into it, so where it's like I'm in the matrix and I'm just unlocking different things. So if you can sit there and study long enough,
Yeah.
you're gonna unlock things. You're gonna, you know, just keep reading. If you got a script and you got an audition coming up, or you got a song that you got to go record, you got a show that you got to do, study for that. You know what I'm saying? Work for it. Do vocal warm ups. Do training. Train for, you know. Make sure that you're well prepared. That's my advice. It's the difference in being well prepared and then a difference in when you're not prepared. You feel the difference completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
100%.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
mean, and to your point, like I feel like respectfully, I feel like a lot of people don't even want to put in the work anymore.
Yeah.
Like they just want this microwave, like, hey, I want it right now, I want it right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
And they don't want to actually put in the work. So
Yep.
yeah, I
Yep.
heard
I
that.
love the work.
Study, guys.
I
study.
love the work. I love the work. Yeah.
Oh man. And I mean, I know you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I feel like a lot of actors right now are multifaceted and they dabble in music, but sometimes I feel like people just assume that they're in it for like the side hustle. How do you deal with that perception of like people knowing you as an actor and then like you also doing music? Do people perceive you in a different light?
I think I used to think so. I think I used to think so, and I think the world kind of used to think so as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I just do both things, and I just really do both things. You know what I'm saying?
And you're
So I'm not
talented in
trying
both
to,
departments, okay?
So you know, I think it was a thing back in the day where it was like, or if you were an actor, it's kind of like it's kind of weird you're a singer as well. You got to kind of pick one, but I think we're at a place in time now in society where like we were just talking about, if you discover the people that really love you, they're gonna support what you do and love you for everything all around.
Yeah.
Um, but I do feel like that is a challenge that you do have to, just transparently speaking, as being known, um, majorly as an actor, that is a hump that you got to get over. But I think getting over the hump is just consistently showing up
Yeah.
and just keep doing it to where
Yeah.
they can't deny you no more. If you keep doing it long enough and they see you doing it and you're good,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, bro, I can't deny you no more, bro. You're good. He's good. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I love that. So most people know you from the New Edition story,
Mhm.
which, I'm sure just changed the trajectory of your career. And
Mhm.
I think people really underestimate the hard work that you really put in that role.
Yeah.
You had to act, you had to sing, you had to meet expectations about
Mhm.
people. Like, how do you even prepare for something like that?
8 hours a day rehearsing with a 30-minute lunch break
Jesus.
and water maybe every hour on the hour.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. We had 30 days to prepare. We had 30 days to prepare for that.
That's crazy.
And we shot it in 32 days.
That's crazy.
The whole thing, yeah. That whole process was extremely difficult, but it was so rewarding on the other side of it.
Yeah.
We had to become these guys who are superstars and who have been doing this for 30 years. We got to try to make it seem like
Yeah.
we them in
Yeah.
30 days. So it was a lot, but a lot of studying, a lot of rehearsing with my brothers, and a lot of just letting it go as well. Once you did your studying, when you get to set, all right, let it go. I'm well prepared. Let's do what we got to do. But yeah, that was a lot. That role was a lot. I'm very grateful for it because it prepared me and took me to a different place, and just for our people too, it was really good.
That's dope. I mean, to have that miniseries along with a major studio film at that time in the same year, how did you end up managing both? And did landing the two projects at once feel like a blessing, or did it come with its own set of pressures? And
New Edition in Detroit. Yeah, it felt like a major blessing. Man, it felt like a major blessing. I'm just kind of thinking back.
Yeah.
I was struggling so much at that time. I was struggling so much. Oh man. So I had quick story. I like the end of 2015, I left Atlanta and went to LA for pilot season because I did a film in Atlanta with Vanessa Bell Calloway. On that film, she was like, you got to either go to New York or LA at this specific time because I can see you need to go there so you can get what you need to get. I'm like, I don't have any money to move to New York or LA right now, so I got to figure it out. So I called my homegirl, Renee. I was like, she lived in North Hollywood. I'm like, yo, can I stay on your couch? She's like, yeah, just walk my dog when I'm at work, blah, blah, blah. True friend, And I was like, can I just sleep on your couch for pilot season for 30 days in LA? Something called pilot season for those of y'all who don't know. It used to be a thing. Like the first couple months of the year, they're booking all the new TV shows. So I'm like, if I can get out there to LA, maybe I can book something.
yeah.
Came out here, was struggling. Gave myself like a month, maybe 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks into that month, I had to audition for New Edition. After going to a bunch of auditions and hearing no, 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 I had to audition for New Edition. A week later, they called me and told me I booked it.
Oh, praise God.
A week before I had to go back to Atlanta because I was running out of money for my trip. So then I booked that. So then it was like, okay, God, I hear you. I see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then while I'm rehearsing for New Edition, in the rehearsal room, I get the call that I booked Detroit. I'm like, bro, this is it's too much, But for me, it was just kind of God telling me, I'm rewarding your faith. I'm rewarding you stepping out and taking the leap.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do. Meet me halfway and I'll meet you halfway. Do the work, I'll meet you halfway. Jump off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be tough and uncomfortable. I was out here broke. Yo, I'm telling you, I was going to El Pollo Loco every day and 7-Eleven every day. I would get me a Slurpee from 7-Eleven, give me some water. I would go to El Pollo Loco, get me the little meal with the 2 wings, the little runny mac and cheese, the nasty mac and cheese. Yo, man, that was my meal. That was my meal for like 3 weeks, 3 weeks to a month going on. And man, I just remember that time just spending money that I didn't have on Ubers, getting to auditions that I didn't see anything come out of the audition. I'm just spending my time and energy in it.
Yeah.
That was a really rough time, but I think, like I said, that was just God showing me I'm rewarding you for your faith.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm sure, and clearly you felt it when all the hard work paid off when you were nominated for an Image Awards.
Yeah.
What did that recognition mean to you? And what does it mean to be celebrated specifically by your own community?
Yeah, it meant a lot because of that reason right there, to be
Yeah.
celebrated by my community. It's like, it's like my family,
Yeah.
to be championed by your family, it
Yeah.
feels different than
Yeah.
just strangers, so that felt really good. And I can't wait to feel it again in NAACP. I'll see y'all soon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll see y'all
Okay.
real soon.
We speaking into
Mhm.
existence.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we got a lot more of them coming in our future.
Amen. Amen. I love that. So I know earlier you also spoke about working with your boy Keith Powers,
Yeah.
and even with a friend allowing you to just stay on her couch. As a Black entertainer, how important are relationships in this industry?
I think they're extremely important. And I've had to realize that time and time again. And now I'm just valuing them so much more
Yeah.
because, you're one person away from your life being able to be changed, or even on the scale of not your life being changed, for you being able to change their life.
Yeah.
And you being able to just be there and be a friend within this race that we're all running, this entertainment race, and we're all trying to get to the next thing and the next thing. But to be able to have real life conversations of, yo, bro, I'm exhausted. Yo, bro, I'm not feeling it right now. Yo, bro, I feel down about myself right now. Yo, bro, how do I? That's important, and even with sisters, like, especially with Black women, it's
Yeah.
important to have that. And so I think man, it's so key. It's so key, and we have to cherish it a lot more. And we have to appreciate it and utilize each other a lot more.
Yeah.
You know,
Lean on each other.
Yeah,
We
for
don't want to
sure.
be grabbed in a bucket. We want to
for sure.
uplift each other.
Sometimes I'll be feeling like, oh man, I don't want to ask for too much, but man,
No, yeah, we got
ask,
to.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something the other day about just ask what you deserve. Well, not deserve, but like ask for it. I mean, the only
Yeah.
thing they could say is no.
That's
So
real, and that's what I be doing now. I'm gonna just ask. Hey, bro, can I?
look, come through. Help us,
He said, bro,
help
you
us
just
this
asked me to
out.
stay at my house for.
But no, shout out to Renee because
Yeah,
she came through with the
straight
plug.
up, straight up.
So you've worked with BET, HBO, Netflix, some of the major studio films, and every major platform. But at the end of the day, you're still a human being. So
Yeah.
what does representation mean to you now that you made it at this stage in your career?
Man, representation means so much. It means more than I knew it meant. There are, whether you like it or not, when you're in a position of leadership or influence, you are being watched.
Yeah.
You're being looked at. You're being picked apart. Whatever it is, you're being watched. And so I think it's important to know that and to know what you're representing. And so to know that there might be a little 5-year-old boy who's watching me, who's saying that I'm doing it, and he's watching my interviews, he's watching how I carry myself.
Yeah.
And now he's like, okay, I want to carry myself like that because I want to attain those things. And so it's important to know that, but then also just in other spaces, speaking of representation in other spaces, even political representation.
Okay, baby.
We ain't got to go into that conversation, but it's like,
look,
it's so important. It's so important because we have to look out and protect us, for
Yes.
and protect us. And so I think that us having representation, us being in certain spaces,
Yeah.
is very important. Even outside the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
like, that's the least of the things. Like representation in the most important spaces that we're talking about now.
Amen.
That is very important, and we need it. And I feel like right now a lot of people are just trying to strip it away.
Yeah.
And take us back to where we don't want to go.
And honey,
Yeah, it's wild.
we gonna have that conversation.
Yeah,
But baby,
it's really wild and crazy. But yes, I think representation is very important and needed in every aspect of life.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Has your experience as a Black actor been different depending on which table you're sitting at?
I feel like I've definitely seen the differences in experience, depending
Okay.
on which table I'm sitting at, for sure. I feel like I've definitely seen it. We all have seen it.
Yeah.
I'll just say that when I do films with my people, it is some of the most fun,
Yeah.
hair down, freeing, understanding
Yeah.
without having to talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
It's
say?
a cookout, baby.
It's a cookout. It's like it's just different, and yeah. To your point, like, being a black actor, you see the difference.
Yeah.
And like whether I do a film, if I'm just being honest, I do a film where it's predominantly white cast. Majority of the time, you're gonna feel the difference,
Yeah.
and it's just because
Yeah.
that just happens. But I think even when we're talking about participation in the back end of things, and we're talking about ownership, like what we're talking about, and
Yeah.
equity,
Yeah.
that conversation as well. You see the difference in certain projects that you do, being a black actor.
Mm.
So I think it's you see it a lot.
Yeah.
You see it a lot, and we're working through to deal with it. But I think that I look to people like your Ryan Coogler's, like your Michael B's,
Mm.
people who are building their infrastructure and building their system, no matter what these other tables said about them, no matter what these other tables try to keep them out of, they are infiltrating these spaces and pushing through these spaces. So I think today it doesn't matter. Just get your value up, get your value up in the marketplace, and then go get what you want to get.
I heard that.
Yeah.
No. So I want to shift really quick and talk about one of the most talked about shows right now, Euphoria. That show deals with a lot of heavy topics in entertainment: addiction, trauma, identity, mental health. What was it like stepping into that world, and what did you learn about yourself?
Yeah, shout out to Sam Levinson, writer and director of Euphoria. Shout out to HBO. Um, Euphoria came at a crazy time right before COVID. So it was
Yeah.
like 2018,
Yeah.
2019. Euphoria was first of all, I didn't know no one knew it was gonna turn into that. I'm gonna be
No,
real.
they didn't.
Even us on set, we didn't know it was gonna turn into that. And so I just think that, again, it started with the script. When I read the script, I'm like, yo, this is phenomenal. When I saw what Sam was planning to do with the visuals of it and how he planned to shoot it and all the camera shots and like, what the DPs were doing and how they planned to shoot it, I'm like, yo, this is incredible. And then I get on set and I'm seeing that they're building carnivals on set. Like, I'm like, yo, okay, we're making something pretty crazy here, And I think that first season was so special, man, because we didn't know what we were walking into, but we all knew we had something special.
Yeah.
And it was just great. It was super great. Second season was great as well. I think that, for them to have the run that they did and the impact
Yeah.
that we did and the impact on culture is great.
Yeah, it's
great.
crazy.
And it's a lot. It's a lot in that show, like you said. It's a lot being said in that show, and I think a lot of it is also just a mirror to society.
Yeah.
A lot of parents know that this is what their kids dealing with. This is what their kids going through. This is what they're doing right now. So I think it was also, a wake up call to some parents too.
Did you ever have to like decompress after filming like some of those crazy scenes?
No, surprisingly not.
That's good.
Surprisingly not on Euphoria. No, I didn't. Nah, I didn't. I think I was so in the work and in the craft that I was just kind of in flow state. I didn't think I had to decompress. Now I had to decompress a lot when I shot Detroit or The Hate You Give,
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
Judas and Black Messiah. I
Yeah.
had to decompress a lot. But
Mm.
Euphoria, no, it was what it was.
So how do you protect yourself like when you're dealing with all that drama? Or you said you had to decompress a lot, so I mean, I know you mentioned journaling,
Yeah,
probably prayer.
yeah. I think it differs for each
Yeah.
person, but for me, yeah, I'm very spiritual, so I may not even take a certain role because it's going into a certain area that I don't feel comfortable going into.
Yeah.
And so I think you protect yourself by, like I said, knowing what you want and what you don't want, and knowing what your spirit is sensitive to. And then if you have to take on something heavy, yeah, for me it's meditating after set. For me it's trying to just go relax, clear my mind, maybe reading, praying. But like I said, I try not to deal with roles that are too,
Heavy.
I won't even say heavy, but that are too dark. I
Mm.
can deal with heavy, but
Yeah.
too dark is like, nah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that. And so have you been following the new season at all?
I haven't. I
Oh
haven't. I
man.
gotta watch it.
Yeah,
All right,
baby.
yeah, I got. You know what, my
I ain't gonna
boy.
tell you.
Yeah, I got a couple homies in there right now too, so I gotta watch it. My boy Daryl's in there.
Oh, I
Daryl
love him.
Briggerson.
I
That's
love him.
my
He's such a
guy.
sweetheart. Yeah,
That's
he's
my
nice. He's
guy.
sweet.
Yeah, I
Baby,
gotta
yeah, you
watch
gotta.
it. All right. I'm gonna tap
Okay,
in.
okay, we ain't gonna spoil it for you, but yeah, you might need to tune
I'm gonna
in.
tap in. I'm gonna tap in.
Okay, so I want to shift to the conversation where we're really just providing insight and advice to folks.
Okay.
What's something that you know now about Hollywood that you wish somebody told you before you got in it?
Oh, something that I know now about Hollywood that I wish someone would have told me before I got in. Have other things that you do outside of this.
Yeah.
You know, don't make this the end all be all. Obviously, I'm not saying don't make it a plan A and have a goal. I'm just saying don't make it to where like if I don't get this
Yeah.
role, then
Yeah.
bro, once you do it, let it go.
Yep.
Go play pool. Let it go play the video game. Let it go for a walk. So don't wrap your whole identity within the
Yeah.
industry and within your goals. I would say that, and then I would say I wish someone would have told me certain things to do with my money before I had to learn the hard way.
Okay.
You know, so I even tell certain young actors that I know right now, like, bro, do this with your money, bro. Save your money, bro. You know, because them checks be coming in, but that don't mean that they always gonna keep coming in like they on that one show. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta figure that out and set yourself up for them seasons where them calls ain't coming in. You know, put that money aside so when the industry may be dry, you still up. So just certain things like that. And then protecting your spirit and your peace and being very discernful on what you take on and what you choose to work on.
So, I mean, you talked a lot about the industry changing. I mean, with smaller contract, not smaller, but with fewer shows, smaller budgets, AI changing everything. For someone who's in the middle of it right now, what are you thinking about the landscape and how are you navigating this new landscape?
I think the landscape is something that we cannot deny.
Yeah.
I think the landscape is something that I think is very important to figure out the legalities of and logistics of and the protections for us as the artists of other than, you know, and I'm speaking to AI specifically.
Yeah.
I think that we just have to figure it out and protect the real artists. That's it. You know, I think that there is a world in which we can use these things to make production better, but I don't think that we should replace. You know, I don't think that it should be a complete replacement in this new landscape. But I think it's something that we can't deny. Like I said, I think that we just have to figure out how to make it usable and work for us, with having the guardrails up that protect the artists.
So, what do you think keeps you moving when, I mean, things aren't just working out in the timing that you want it to work out? Like, what keeps you motivated?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I think my overall vision keeps me motivated.
Yeah.
Obviously, life goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
Life is never like this. Sometimes it may seem like it's always like this. That's how you feel. Sometimes like, bro, when is when is the up coming, bro?
Like, Lord,
But
please.
you know, I think it's when you know what you're heading towards, then you're able to deal with the valleys and then the mountains. You know, and so I think it's having the knowing what your North Star is. For me, that's what keeps me going. And even when I'm in those seasons of the periods that seem like they're down, I know what I'm shooting. I don't know what I'm going for. And so I know that this is only temporary right here. This little season, it has an expiration date.
I love that. And then I think this is super important because you talked about contracts earlier. We've heard all kinds of horror stories about artists just not being compensated properly or being taken advantage of because they didn't understand their contracts. What advice do you have someone starting out who doesn't know how to navigate that?
Great question. I would say the internet is your friend. I would say,
or what is that? ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is your friend in a lot of cases, but I would also say, you know, on the real side, try to find you a good lawyer. You know, you don't have to spend the most money at all. Try to find you someone who will work with you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the money to afford that, then YouTube and ChatGPT and
Okay.
Claude and figure it out. And if you got to break it down so where you put the contract in there and you say, break this down to me like I'm a 5-year-old, then you do that and you read it section by section until you understand it. There's really no excuse now, but I would say on the bigger side, if you do have a little bit of money to go and get you a really good lawyer, a proven lawyer, then do that, and keep yourself protected because, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of times to where you can make a verbal agreement with someone and be like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. And you get the contract, and you sign it.
Whoa.
And you didn't sign stuff you ain't even know you signed because you just went off the verbal agreement. So it's like, man, read the contracts, please. Bro.
If you don't get nothing else from this, read the contract.
I've had to get myself out of bad contracts early on in my career because, just rushing to sign a contract. And then you're like, I thought I could know, bro. You can't. That's what the contract says. Yeah, so you gotta, man, read your contracts. Really, man, please read your contracts. ChatGPT is your friend. YouTube is your friend if you can't afford a lawyer.
And what's been one of your most favorite moments of your career thus far?
Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough question.
It's a lot to choose
That's a tough
from.
question. One of my most favorite moments of my career thus far is the moment I'm in right now.
Amen.
I'm not gonna lie, the moment I'm in right now, I feel like when I booked New Edition and just everything else when I booked it, I was in a great headspace, but I wasn't in the headspace that I am now. I wasn't in the level of peace that I am now. I wasn't in the level of living authentically myself as I am now. And so I feel like the blessings that I'm receiving now, they just feel so much better. They feel so much better, and they feel like, okay, I know what to do with them now. I know what to do with what God is giving me now instead of just letting it, wasting it or whatever. So I feel like right now, for sure, I'm enjoying these wins a lot.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And before I let you go, last question.
Dang, let me go.
I know baby, this hour passed by quick as F. I told you.
Okay,
I'm like,
all right.
look.
I'm gonna invite you to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? We gotta finish this talk. This.
Okay, say it. When you think about everything you've built and everything still ahead, what's the story that you want to most tell? Or what do you want your impact to be? What do you want your legacy to be? What does that look like for you?
When I'm gone and when I stop all this and when it's just done, I just want my legacy and my impact to be, first of all, a man of God.
Yeah.
A man of integrity, a man of hard work, a loving man, a light, someone who's just a light in the world, just a light, man, just a light, just a light.
That's beautiful.
In every room, just a light. That's what I want to continue to be. Respected, someone who stands on his word, someone who looks out for his people, who loves his family. I love my family to the core. I love my family and my close friends to the core.
Yeah.
And a great businessman, ownership, someone who owns his work, someone who owns his work and has his family set up for generations to come. That's all I want.
Amen.
That's all I want.
That's beautiful.
I want my great grandkids to be like, dang, we still living off this because of great
Generational
granddaddy.
wealth,
Yeah,
okay.
y'all are. Thank
That's
me.
important, baby.
Yeah,
Say
thank
that
me.
again.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play a quick game
Let's
before
do
we
it.
wrap.
Let's
It's
do
called
it.
Inside Your Industry Bag. It's not a bag, but it's a little cup on the side.
Okay.
If you can just take one of those prompts and read it.
Oh, see, I was trying to jump ahead and do this earlier. Now I'm excited.
What we got?
All right, we have.
Wait,
I
read
don't
it
even
first,
know.
and then you can pick something else. But what was the question?
What trend are you tired of?
Well, if you want to pick something else, you can pick something else.
Yeah, let's pick one more.
All right.
And if this one's not good, I'll go back to the first one.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
What we got?
What's the biggest mistake you see people making right now? Dang, who am I to judge? Okay, let me see. The biggest mistake I see people making right now is trusting every word that these podcasters say, like this truth and law.
No, for real.
And not being able to make your own decisions and think critically for yourself, and just trusting everything that you hear instead of thinking for yourself. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that we all have been, subjected to making. But I think that is one of the biggest mistakes. And what else can I say? One of the biggest mistakes people make. I'm trying to give another good one. You give me one.
That I see people making?
Yeah.
This might be a little okay. So I mean, when I first started out, I think we were doing work. I don't want to say do work for free, but I definitely think, you have to pay your dues. Like, I feel like people just automatically are like, I want to get paid this and this and this, and definitely fight for your worth. But also, I think you need to put in the work, like build it up a little bit before you just
1,000%.
Yeah.
My bro says people can just put stuff in their bio right now and just say, I do this. And now they do it.
I'm like, wait,
it's
what?
crazy.
It
It's
is.
crazy. I agree.
Jesus,
I agree.
Jesus.
I agree.
But yeah, that's a wrap for today's episode. I just really want to say thank you for stopping by. We learned a lot about music and the industry, and I like the fact that you came out. I really appreciate it.
No, for sure. Thank you. You did a great job.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. No matter where you are in your journey, we're here to be a resource. If this conversation sparked something special for you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and drop a comment, letting us know what conversations you'd like to see next. I'm your host, Ariana Drummond. See you inside the industry.